Freedom Woonsocket. This is ON AM and FM.
WOON Woonsocket.
Good morning and welcome to Coffee Ann, the longest running panel discussion show in American radio. To make a comment or ask a question to the panel, call 401-766-1240 or email coffee@woonsocketradio.com. And now, let's join the Coffee Ann panel.
It is Coffee Ann right here on ON Radio and Woonie TV. This is Joe Callahan. Thanks for joining us. It is Wednesday, August the 12th. And at the Coffee Ann table, like usual on a Wednesday, Melissa Smith from the St. Antoine Communities. Hi, Melissa.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning. Tim Draper from Navigate Credit Union. Hey, Tim.
Greetings and salutations all.
Glad you could both make it in today on this lovely day. This lovely
It is
Wednesday.
actually a beautiful day.
Isn't
Chamber
it
of
nice
Commerce
day?
Day.
It is a perfect day. Is
The
it? What do you mean?
Chamber
Is it
of
your Chamber
Commerce
Day?
Day?
No. It's
Oh.
just they call it a Chamber of Commerce Day when it's perfect.
Oh,
I don't know
okay.
why.
Really?
It's an
I've
old-
never done that.
It's an old.
I'm like, wait a minute, did
saying.
I miss
I
a
guess
meeting?
so.
Like, what's
It's old. I'm an
happening?
old guy. That's what happens.
Well, I know that they do their walking club. We'll do a little PR for
Yeah.
them, but like they do their walking club on Wednesday mornings, and I'm
Yeah.
like, can you change it?
Can't
Because
change it
Tim
another
and
day
I would
out
probably
here.
like to go to your walking
walk.
club
Yeah.
in the morning.
I would walk.
Walk around Lincoln Woods.
They
That's
say
nice.
go around Lincoln Woods, and
Yeah.
I think the idea is fantastic, and it makes sense. Walking Wednesdays,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
we're here, and we're
I know.
both members, and we could bring
We're
a lot
the
of fun
Wrecking
to
Crew
them.
Wednesdays. That's what we are.
I know.
Well, we should just bring the whole show out there. We'll just walk it and
Maybe
do the
they
show.
should walk
Can we do
this
a- we do
street
remote?
when we're done. This could be like
Oh, there we go.
Park Ave.
Park Ave. We'll talk to them.
All right, this segment of Coffee Ann is sponsored by the St. Antoine Communities. What's going on? What's happening over there?
Oh, just a few things.
Just a few things?
Just a few things. And I've shared for the last few weeks on the air, and I'm going to keep doing it just to make sure that folks are getting the right message. Every level of care in our community right now is at capacity, and there's nothing harder in my line of work or the team of admission folks that talk to families that are in crisis, not being able to help them and support them in their time of need. So this is really just sort of a public announcement to say, you know, if you are caring for someone who's recently been diagnosed or recently had an emergent medical scare, you know, a stroke, for example, or fallen and broken a hip, whatever it might be, and it sort of started the conversation in your family that maybe we should talk about, you know, what the next 5 years look like for mom or dad or for my spouse. Reach out to long-term care communities on the early side before a real catastrophe hits, because to the best of my knowledge, all of my colleagues in the industry, everyone right now is really struggling to meet needs. The population is growing. And we want to help you as best we can, but it certainly helps us if you reach out in advance, understand your options, and get your name on a wait list. At St. Antoine Community, we have assisted living, we have short and long-term skilled care, we have obviously an amazing rehab facility, as well as 2 levels of memory care. Every level is full. Rehab is the only kind of rotating door right now, and will always continue to be, obviously, because some folks come in for just a short stint and others a little longer. But the reality is, you know, if you're thinking about assisted living and transitioning from home and moving into one, now would be the time to reach out. You can reach me at 401-767-3500 or email me at msmith@stantoine.net.
All right, Melissa, thank you very much. And normally we start off with things going on, you know, either in Woonsocket or Northern Rhode Island or even in the state of Rhode Island. And we get to national stuff a little later. I'm going to switch that up just a little bit just for
You
today.
are a rebel.
We're starting with national
Crazy.
stuff?
Yeah, because it's driving me crazy, and I'm disgusted, and it's not disgusted in a way of, you know, someone was murdered or there's some kind of bizarre sex scandal thing going on. No, it's not like that. And not that it really affects you guys, but you've had your kids play sports, and so in this way it kind of affects you. And I don't know if you heard of it, but if you haven't, you're going to hear of it soon. And we're in August, which means it's Little League World Series time, and the boys from
Yeah,
Lincoln,
yeah.
you know, made it to Bristol,
Yep.
and unfortunately lost.
Yep.
But good for them. But down to Williamsport, where the World Series is held for Little League, there's already a scandal, and they haven't even started.
Oh,
And I don't know if you heard of
scandal?
it.
no, I didn't.
Yes. The disqualification of a Little League baseball team that was 1 win away from going to Williamsport is being upheld. Okay, Little League International announced yesterday that a judge vacated the temporary restraining order that would have allowed the Tulsa, Oklahoma National to play in the Southwest Region Championship. The temporary restraining order was requested by parents of Tulsa players on Monday after the squad was disqualified for using an ineligible player. The organizers said it hopes the adults entrusted with operating Tulsa National recognizes the responsibility they bear toward the children in their care and act accordingly.
So
now, this is not one of those deals. Usually when the ineligible player is, they're usually some kid that's 14
right.
throwing 100 miles an hour
Yeah.
at these kids who are 11 and 12 and can't catch up.
Right.
No, that's not it
Right.
this time. The Tulsa National Little League Baseball team from Oklahoma is disqualified due to an eligibility scandal involving player residency and falsified sibling age documentation.
Sibling age? Why would that have any impact on
I don't
the
know.
player?
A brief court battle ensued for the Texas judge to dissolve the temporary restraining order, allowing Bourne, Texas, to advance to the Little League World Series. But now I hear the Tulsa team, who's stamping their feet, are going to show up in Williamsport and want to play.
Oh, that'll be
I'm
interesting.
like, oh my gosh.
Wow.
And from what
I
I'm
don't-
hearing is, it's basically it's the residency thing, and so I guess, okay, all the kids from Lincoln that went and played
Yeah.
are from Lincoln.
They should be.
This would be like them reaching out to Providence and grabbing it, or Woonsocket and grabbing a kid. Hey,
Right.
hey, come play with us.
Right.
Because
Let's
you're really,
go find the best players
'cause you're
in the
really
best
good.
surrounding
But there
communities.
are teams that have co-op situations
Well,
where there's
co-op, but that's different,
Or
right?
even, I mean, there's been times that for sure programs have been shrinking in size in our town in
Yeah.
North Smithfield. It's a small town.
Okay.
And kids have crossed the border into
Yeah.
Smithfield or Lincoln to play with their teams. I don't know. I'm assuming I don't know all the laws of Little League and making
Well-
it this far, but maybe you do have to be a resident. But
Little League Baseball disqualified Tulsa after finding a player did not meet residency or school attendance boundaries.
So they have to be from a town and go to a school
Yeah.
within the town.
But
I
then
would
why
guess.
wouldn't that player just be disqualified? Why wouldn't the whole team
Because
still be
the-
allowed
yeah.
to go?
Because the player probably played, and they probably won.
Because of the
And
Oh,
because they
so
won-
they're only sounding this alarm now. Who does the investigating on this, by the way?
Well, probably
Who the
other
heck
teams.
has the time to look
I
into
don't
the
know.
details of a 10 to 14-year-old
Tulsa,
kid?
Very competitive coach parents.
yes, Tulsa attempted to use a rule
Entitled
allowing
parents, by the way.
boundary exceptions for players with siblings in the league's Challenger division, but registration documents for the siblings' age were allegedly falsified.
So Challenger division is intellectually disabled, correct? That's the Challenger division. So
Yeah.
they're saying that the brother or sister of the Challenger player
Yeah.
qualifies to play because the Challenger player played?
Because the Challenger player was in the right place.
Right.
So this is the sibling of the Challenger player, so the boundary rule doesn't apply. But apparently it does.
Well, sure, it should.
Okay. The controversy follows similar eligibility questions raised against Tulsa softball program following their 2025 World Series run. And can't we all just get along?
So if I
just
so
can't
let's-
believe this
I
has
understand.
scandals
So
that
if
are
I-
involved
if
in
I-
this.
scenario.
if I had a sibling that was mentally disabled
Yep.
and we lived in Cumberland,
Yep.
Cumberland didn't have a Challenger league, but Lincoln did. So that my sibling went to Lincoln to play in the Little League program on the Challenger team.
And you as a sibling
And I,
would
as
be
a
allowed.
sibling, was being dragged into that situation. That's what I understand that story to say.
That's what it sounds like.
And they're saying, no, you can't do that. If you're not,
Right.
if there's a Little League team in your town that you can play on, you have to play on that team, not on the team in the town your sibling is playing it. Just because your parents don't want to go to two different ball games.
And the judge upheld that. And
Yeah,
said, no,
I mean, that
so you
seems
didn't
to
win.
me like that makes sense.
So they were going to go. They played another game, and,
Yep.
and the Texas team won, and they're going to Williamsport. But I have seen online
Did they take advice from Bill Belichick on how to do these things? I'm just wondering because it's
that the Tulsa team's going to show up in Williamsport.
well, that's
but-
that's
but-
I
that's
just
not
don't
that's not
understand.
necessary
But there's
because that's
no-
just going to fuel a fire.
It
There's
is gonna
be a
fuel
big
a fire.
controversy. All the news media is going to cover it.
Yes.
it's going to be
Now that'll be
it's
the
gonna
story.
overshadow the whole thing,
Yeah.
which is always such a great event.
And now it's
Just crap.
And,
It's like everything else right
It's
now,
parents.
honestly.
It's parents.
Yeah.
That's what it
It
is.
is
The kids
the
don't care.
parents.
It's the parents.
You're taking away from the fact that these are young boys who are
Some girls.
participating and girls,
Some girls
sorry,
play.
and who are participating in a wholesome sport, summer league sport
for the fun of it.
for the fun of it. And boom, here, that's why I made the comment. I mean, who the heck takes the time to investigate? I mean, I understand your point. You know, if you use the state of Rhode Island, you know, are there? I know this is happening in football, for example. Like I know that there's high school teams that are recruiting kids out of different towns and pulling them into, to try to like make their team more robust.
Yeah.
And there's new allowances for that. I guess I don't understand why that wouldn't be considered the same. Like if, for example, if you have grandparents that live in Lincoln, and you stay with them for the summer, and it's more convenient for you to join that league. Like, why would that be wrong? What are we talking about? You're still in the same age group?
yes.
Well, and I guess
mean-
the other question that I would have would be, Why didn't we talk about this at the beginning of the season?
Yes, that's what
When it was like, okay, it's because they're winning now.
But
it's
do you
because
look at
there's
that kid and
championships
say,
on the
you
line.
look like you don't belong to that town? How do you
Well, no,
even
I
raise
mean,
a flag like that?
You got to know. The coaches have to know. Where do you live? I live over here. Okay, great. But my brother plays in this team. Okay, well, then you can play in this team too.
But the switch away from Little League, and I always thought this was odd, on the Olympic level,
Yeah.
myself being of Irish heritage, I could go try to get onto the Ireland.
Yes.
But you have,
Italy
to,
Wings
you have
team.
to have Irish dual citizenship, I think. You have to be a
I don't know
citizen
about
of the,
that. Do you have to have dual
or a
citizenship?
parent that was a citizen of the country. I'm not sure it's as simple as, hey, I'm Irish.
I'm Irish.
Going
I
to
should
play
be
in the
on.
Irish team.
I thought it was
Maybe.
just as easy.
Somebody
Or
out
I'm-
there will correct
Or I'm
us.
Spanish and I can be on with Spain or Portugal or whatever it is. But
have Sue Tesser
but that's
check
the
that
I
too.
that's
Put that
the
on the whiteboard and have Sue check.
that's
She's a
the
good
IOC.
researcher.
So that's something completely different. And,
Right.
and Little League has their rules and then they go by it. So
Yeah.
that's what we got to do. But so you'll I think you'll hear more about this,
boy.
especially if the Tulsa team shows up in Williamsport.
It's gonna be a
with no
blank
place
show.
to stay. By the
Right.
way, what are they going to sleep on the bus? And it's a long drive from Tulsa, Oklahoma,
Maybe they'll all bring
to
RVs.
Williamsport, Pennsylvania. That's a long drive.
All of this is
So-
very sad.
It
It
is,
is,
and
because, you know
I
what,
hate
once
that it's
again,
come to this.
This is, to me,
Parents,
parents are so frustrating. It's these
I
entitled
have
parents
to-
that
we have to win.
I have to tell you, this is why I'm so glad I'm almost
You're
done
getting out of it?
with schools.
Right.
It's been such a turn off the last few years to see how things have shifted and how things have. I curse Facebook all the time because memories pop up of the years that I was coaching basketball
Yeah.
and how much love I had for it and when it all took a dark turn. And it's just parents. And it's just kids with bad attitudes and parents not being accountable and getting mad at you when you bench their kid and try to do the right, like all of that. It's just, and times a million other examples. Stupid stuff like this, like the social media just takes a story and balloons it.
Did you see Ted Lasso?
Yes.
When Ted went over to the coach of the kids.
Oh,
so I'm not giving anything too
my
much away, but
God.
and then the coach of the kids team goes, Coach, I know you appreciate this as a coach when parents try to interfere with the kids.
Oh, they brought it up. Okay.
Oh, it was very interesting. And
Yeah.
Ted
It's
Lasso
great.
just turned around and walked away.
And he
I
doesn't
do, I
hate
get
it.
it, and he walked away.
That show to me, and Joe, we've talked to you
know.
about
I haven't
this,
seen
and
it.
we've
We're
We're going to give you
offered
our
to
subscription.
give you our subscription.
You can watch the show.
It is one of those shows that if you're listening, there's some quirky stuff. I'm sure if I told my parents to watch it,
Yeah, they'd be like, "What are you doing?"
"Arr, there's some racy stuff in there." But the overall theme of that show, pure laughter and joy, but also reality of mental health struggles that people are facing today.
Right.
And I just think it shed such a good light on that, but also like bringing positivity back to sports and the love of sports again. And so the new season that's out, Joe, they're featuring a women's soccer team
Okay.
instead of a men's, which is what the
Right.
whole premise was based on. And they've already said that just in one episode, talking about a women's soccer team has already brought like this booming attention.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
And I'm so happy about that because let's get back to why
And the
sports
but
are fun.
It's the lessons that you learn in the show. One of those lessons is you're a parent. You can't just walk over to the coach and berate the coach. 'Cause
Right.
the coach is going to say, "It's my job. You've entrusted your kid to me. This is what I
I'm
do.
do.
If you don't want the kid to play on the team, you pull him. But don't tell me how to coach."
It just reminds me of there's the Doug in the emu.
Oh yeah.
What's the name of the insurance
Emu.
company?
Liberty
Liberty Mutual.
Liberty
It was he's talking to the soccer kid.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
the coach finally comes over. Doug,
yeah.
parents stand over there.
That whole series of commercials.
That's great.
Yeah.
What marketing
that-
firm put that together?
pretty funny.
Because I
And
die laughing.
Between those
on
and
all
then
of
they
them.
get
take your-
Liberty Bibbity, and
and-
now that's a whole thing. There's actually a Bibbity character.
Yeah.
Good God.
And
Very impressive.
And take your bird off the field. He's ruining the soccer balls. But that was
Oh my
that's
goodness.
so true.
Speaking of animals in sport, I'm just pivoting for 1 second.
Wow, that was
I
a quick
that-
pivot.
I just saw it on the news and I almost cringed. And I'm trying to remember what professional football team it was. Did you see the snake in the football helmet?
Oh, I was going to bring that up a little later on.
Let's talk about it.
Well, we will.
It's a tease. That's
Oh,
a
we'll-
tease.
when we come back,
Joe.
we got to get a second message
Yep.
from Melissa
All right,
and the
that's
San Antonio
I
communities,
can't
and then we'll
even-
talk about
I'm
the
gonna
football
leave the
helmet.
room when we talk about that because whenever I saw that footage, I was like, I
Okay.
can't unsee what I just saw.
All right. San Antonio communities, though.
Yes. So all things right now in my world are pointed at this coming Monday. We're finally in the finish line. We have our annual golf tournament on Monday at Kirkbrae. The weather doesn't look great, but New England fan here. I already know weather always shifts. So what I see on Sunday will become Monday, and it's going to be a beautiful day. that aside, I share with you this information because we only have a few days left for you to get your donations in. So if anybody was considering donating a gift certificate or a raffle basket to our event on Monday, now would be the time to drop it off. I'm busy kind of writing up all the little descriptions and who donated and making sure that you get recognition for your kindness and generosity. So you can reach out to me at 401-767-3500 or email me at msmith@santantoine.net. And for those that have already dropped off stuff, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. We totally appreciate your support and kindness, and look forward to another successful year on Monday. Thank you.
All right there, Melissa. Thanks. Comments and questions can be called in 766-1240. More Coffee and coming your way.
ON 1240.
If you ask most anyone in Woonsocket who has the best breakfast in town, the likely answer will be Missy's Family Restaurant. For great service, great food, and a nice cozy atmosphere, the only place to go is Missy's Family Restaurant, 801 Clinton Street, Woonsocket. And be sure to visit their Facebook page for weekly specials. If you're looking for home-style cooked meals at an affordable price, then you should stop in today to Missy's Family Restaurant. They're open Saturday through Thursday, 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. Fridays, they're open 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. The Coffee and Panel is enjoying coffee from Down East Coffee Roasters. All their coffee is roasted right here in Rhode Island. Down East Coffee Roasters is available at all Little General stores.
ON Radio.
All right, Coffee and on ON Radio. Joe Callahan here with Melissa Smith and Tim Draper. And since Melissa brought it up,
Okay, I'll be back. I'll see you in about. How long do you think?
I don't have any
Sit
film
right there.
to
The camera's
show.
going to be on you the whole time.
Oh my God, it makes me want to look.
But Tim did not hear this story, but here it is.
I did not.
An Arkansas high school says one of its football players was at team practice. It's practice. It's just ramp up for the season.
Yeah.
Was at team practice for nearly an hour before he discovered he had a snake in his helmet. He was practicing with the snake in his helmet.
And he
How
felt
do
like
you
something
not
was
know?
tickling, and
Yes.
he didn't know why.
How do you
almost
not
like-
know?
It's almost
was
like Woody. There's a
asleep
snake
in his helmet.
There's a snake in my boot.
I
But anyway,
can't.
the athletic director of Maumelle High School said Tuesday that the student didn't know he had a snake in his helmet until he felt something moving around up there.
Yeah,
All right.
that is heebie-jeebie. Heebie-jeebie worthy.
Athletic director Kirk Horton says they inspected the helmet and they found a 2-foot-long cottonmouth hiding beneath the padding.
Cottonmouth. That's like a venomous, deadly snake.
Yes, the cottonmouth is a venomous snake. Yes, that's right.
All right, how small was the kid's head? How big was the helmet? All I can picture is like dark helmet from.
He is so,
So
lucky.
After
He
the
is so
discovery,
lucky.
the Maumelle Animal Shelter posted a notice saying, before putting your helmet on, always give it a quick check.
For
You
snakes.
might want to check your shoes too.
2 feet long.
When you see
Well, I'm sure it was
the
curled up
picture-
inside.
It
Yeah,
was. You have to
Yeah.
look this up. When you see the picture
right.
of the helmet
Yeah.
and the snake that was curled up, almost like under the padding.
That's
like
right.
It was, you know, so
you
a
didn't
bunch
see
of
it
kids,
when
you're
you put
just
it
grabbing
on.
your helmet
Yeah.
out of the whatever.
Put it
and,
on, yeah.
He just wanted to be warm. The snake
and
was
he
happy.
had like a little bit of hair. Like, I get it, but he felt something tickling,
the
like
snake was
moving.
happy until the kid hit head on. So
Well,
it
yeah.
was squished.
Hey.
Holy cannoli. Can you even? I have a fear
Oh,
of snakes
that's-
to
That
begin
kid,
with.
man, if
but
I was
you,
that kid, I'd be like,
But for an hour.
playing the lottery.
He had it on for an
For
hour.
an hour.
That's
He's
unbelievable.
so
playing
lucky
with it.
he didn't
How
get.
how did he not get bit?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Cottonmouth,
I don't
no
know.
less.
Yikes.
Jeez.
I can't.
So
2 feet.
So anyway, all right, bringing it back closer to the area.
Where there are no
Hopefully
snakes.
no
where there are
cottonmouths.
no snakes, but keeping it with the animals, a couple of unfortunate stories. The lion that lived over at Capron Park for 20 years has passed away.
Yep.
Ramses, that was the name of the
Something
lion.
like
I didn't
that.
hear that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, I heard the story that he wasn't doing well and he was going like to hospice, and then like 2 days later he passed away.
Yeah.
And now down at Roger Williams Park, they're announcing the passing of a cheetah. Janga
Yeah.
was nearly 13 years old, died after a battle with gastrointestinal disease. According to the zoo,
Must have had
that
lettuce from Taylor Farms.
that age
They were
that
cleared, I
age
think, Joe.
is geriatric
Tim.
for a cheetah, and she
Oh,
had
is it
recently
really?
undergone multiple health assessments after her health began to decline.
Bummer.
Janga's sister Abby appears to be behaving normally, and the zoo is keeping an eye out for any changes. Makes you wonder: is Abby looking around for the other cheetah, looking around for her sister? We've been living together for so long.
we have very good friends who had 2 dogs. They were basically sisters, and they were the same age, from obviously because they're sisters. And one of them got cancer and like died very quickly. And it has been a good solid 1 to 2 months. The other dog's really kind of just
Depressed.
out of it. Doesn't really
Yeah.
doesn't want to go outside. Starting to come around now, but there was a definite adjustment period. They said from just not having that companionship 24/7 and sibling and all that other stuff. So I guess you do feel bad when that happens. But
We had family friends, and they had sister Siamese cats, and one died,
yeah,
and the other one, for like almost a week, walking around the house meowing,
yeah,
Yeah.
looking
for-
for their sister or,
Right.
or whatever, and not getting any kind of response. And then eventually, okay, they stopped meowing. Obviously, it's not here anymore. But
Right.
but that cat lasted like another
Those
year
kind
after
of
that.
stories
But that's
absolutely
it's sad.
gut wrench you.
yeah, they
like,
are.
It is.
You
They're
know?
It
terrible.
is too bad.
They're terrible.
All right, in case you're going to be in this area of the state, traffic backups are expected at the Mount Hope Bridge. The Rhode Island Bridge and Turnpike and Bridge Authority says travel will be stopped twice between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. so large cranes can place the remaining sections of the stairs on the Portsmouth side anchorage.
Yeah.
And we got to stop cars from going, and trucks. They say the stoppage won't last more than 15 minutes, but if you're the one stuck in that traffic, 15 minutes maybe as well as 15 hours.
Right.
As you're just sitting there going, why can't we go? Why can't we go?
I would put
so,
some food trucks at the end of that waiting
Backups.
line and let people just go and have
Actually,
some.
good idea.
Remaining backups and delays will
Hey,
be,
can
will
I
be
give
going on.
kudos to the DOT since we tend
Well,
to
go ahead.
beat those guys up all
yeah.
the time and rightfully so in a lot of cases. So there's a bridge replacement in Cumberland over 295 on Diamond Hill Road. I have to tell you, in 2 nights, they had the entire southbound side, both lanes of that bridge gone, cleaned up and gone, ready to have the new structure put on it. I can't believe
Wow.
how fast they can do it.
So how come Diamond Hill
Yep.
has been executed so well
Yep.
and so quickly?
Yep.
But Menden is still
Was-
a disaster. Tell me
No,
what's
but-
going on.
That's good. They're done.
But it
Bridges
took,
don't-
it
took
took
forever.
It took-
forever.
It took years
Yep.
for that to be
It's
finished.
why I can't.
I don't know.
It's so they call it a rapid replacement, and I guess they've perfected it now because Route 7 over 295 was one of those bridges.
Another one?
Yeah, there were 4 bridges over 295, 2 northbound, 2 southbound, because there's an island in the middle and blah blah blah. Anyway, they had all 4 of those bridges done, paved, replaced in 2 months. And right now they're going back because now they're putting the median strip in, so they have to actually put an official median strip in. So the road's
Okay.
closed a little bit again, but the fact that they replaced those bridges so fast means they can do it, and they do it at night.
Yeah.
So okay, it might cost a few more bucks to do it at night, but man, it's so much more convenient when you do that.
Yeah, because
Are you saying
Plus
it's
the
almost like a
traffic is
modular
lower.
home? Like it's the same idea? Like they
Well,
have
bring it
these
in and
pieces
plop it in.
built outside and
together.
bring right.
I think they probably have 4 or 5 or 6 girders, big steel girders that they're going to bring in, and they'll truck them in one night, and they'll put a crane on one side, and they'll lift it up, put it in place, lift it up, put it in place, and that whole night will be dedicated to putting the steel in place.
It's like a
And then when
puzzle.
you, and then when you get up the next day, there's guys all over the bridge. They're putting their platforms in to
Paving
put the
and-
cement on top of it, and they're getting it ready for the and the next thing you know, it'll be September. We'll be doing the other side, and then
Yeah.
by the winter it'll be over. Like wow, that is
It just feels like they figured out, New England, this is what you need to do.
right. And you
know?
got to do it fast, and
Yeah.
it's going to cost you
Yeah.
a little more money to do it, but let's just get it done.
I bet a woman ran that design project.
Yeah.
Like, there had, after years and
I wouldn't doubt it.
For
I
the
don't
female
know.
listeners out there, we all know that's the case. But it took some woman looking at this whole situation, shaking their head, saying, "This can be done more efficiently."
Right.
Sorry, I had to do a
All
plug
right.
as the only
Then-
female co-host on this panel.
Then speaking of women, and back to controversy, and back to sports,
Oh,
do you know who the Boston Hunters are?
The rugby team for
No.
Boston? No.
I don't know.
Women's professional baseball.
Oh, I had
The
no
Boston
idea.
team are called
Okay.
the Boston Hunters. So far, I think they've had 3 or 4 games. They've already fired the coach, the manager.
Well, there's no crying in baseball.
That's right. Keith Folk. Remember Keith Folk?
Yeah, sure.
He was the manager. of
And they
the
fired
team.
him?
They've already fired him.
Wow.
And now there's a dispute over why he was fired.
Oh,
So here comes controversy. Keith Folk is disputing the reason he was fired as the Boston Hunters manager. The Women's Pro Baseball League dismissed the former Red Sox reliever three games into the season. And it's only 2 weekends.
Yeah.
Commissioner Justine Siegel, a woman, claims Folk didn't connect well with the league's younger roster. Doesn't get along with the kids.
well,
all
that's
right.
very possible.
While Folk believes his commute from Arizona to Illinois, which is where they're playing the games,
Yeah.
caused the dispute, despite league officials previously approving the arrangement. I guess he was going home and then coming back. And
Well, you can't
You're
do
not
that.
here for
Yeah.
practices. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean,
So
if you're gonna do it, if you're gonna manage the team, you gotta commit.
So, former Red Sox player. He was with Boston for a little while. I remember the name. He never
won
made a
the
big
World
splash.
Series in '84. He was the reason. He was the reliever.
2004.
2004. I mean,
But that was Folk. Right. But the new manager,
Yeah.
his name is Jameel Weeks.
Oh. Don't know
He
that.
was with Boston for a little while. Never made much of a splash. So he's in as the new manager.
Fascinating.
So there's just you're done.
so why
you're
wouldn't you
done.
find a female manager?
I don't think out of the 4 teams, I don't think there are any female managers.
Okay.
I
Well,
looked
Tom
that
Hanks
up.
was the manager. Of the
That's right.
It's what's good. I think it's great. I think you know what? One of the things I like to watch on sports is girls softball, college softball.
Oh my gosh,
College
totally
softball
intense.
has exploded.
Phenomenal. I love that.
Yeah.
They scare you, huh?
Yeah,
like
they
are
do. Like
scary,
I couldn't hit some of
scary
those balls.
crop.
How do you pitch a
Yep.
softball at like
That
90
fast.
miles an hour underhand?
Mm-hmm.
Now they have female coaches.
Right.
They do.
Yeah, they have male.
So maybe
A lot
some
of
of
former
maybe some of
players.
the maybe some of the I'd have to I haven't had enough time to go and check to see who's are there any female baseball coaches
So,
on these teams? I don't know.
Of the women's sports that are starting to really get traction now, right? You've got basketball, because of
Lacrosse.
Caitlin,
Soccer,
soccer,
definitely lacrosse.
right? I think women's LPGA golf is starting to
Yeah,
kick
I
in a
have
lot.
to agree.
There's a lot of
Is field hockey
traction
still
behind that.
I feel like field hockey's making a resurge, for sure, which is interesting to me because I feel like volleyball sort of popped its head up in the last 5 years and kind of was a nice alternative to soccer.
Yeah.
And now it feels like I have a lot of friends, kids that are in middle school that are shifting into field hockey camps.
Yeah.
And that's starting to make a new, and some of
So
the
it's-
schools that have
So many
the capacity
so
of a
many
lot
rules.
know.
in
it
field
feels
hockey.
like it's in the bigger schools because the bigger schools, I mean, how many
Yeah.
kids can you take in a soccer team? Okay, how many kids can you take in a volleyball team? So they're trying to find a sport where they can jump in.
Right. But I mean,
yeah.
it's from a professional level. If you want to get up to that higher, I mean, it's all about the TV contracts, right, and the streaming contracts, and
Yep.
where you're going to be seen. So women's baseball, that's kind of been their issue, right, for a long time. It's been
Well, they signed a deal with ESPN.
okay.
So which ESPN? I'm not sure. And
Yep.
the games are only on the weekends.
ESPN
so
8, the
it
Ocho.
could be.
Dodgeball.
They were showing professional cornhole the other day.
Well, I mean,
So
they're showing
how
some,
great is that?
out there.
All right,
That,
all right.
that cracks me up when I watch that, by the way. I'm like,
Professional
are we
All right,
cornhole?
everybody hits the hole.
There's a league.
Everybody hits the
I
hole.
know
Come on.
that when I see
I
it
know.
on TV,
They're
I can't
so
help but
good.
watch. But I'm like,
Yeah.
really, am I watching this?
You
Because
are.
I have a few
You
buddies that
are
are as good as
100%.
this, but
I have a few buddies that are as good at this, but they're not drinking enough beer. That's the problem.
All right, up in Boston, I thought this was only taking place in New York City, but apparently it's made its way to Boston, and there's so many questions with this. A 12-year-old boy's in the hospital. He was doing subway surfing. Do you know what subway surfing
Yeah,
is?
stupid.
Do you know what it is,
I
Melissa?
do not know.
Jump up on top of
You
the
get
subway
on
and you
top
ride
of the
like a
subway
surfboard.
car while it's rolling and try to
Surf it.
stay up there.
Yeah.
But the ceiling is so low, I don't know how they...
And you get the power lines and all the bars
Yeah,
that
I know.
go across.
So anyway-
I mean, come on.
Transit police say the boy, remember he's 12,
Darwin Awards.
boarded the JFK UMass, got on at JFK UMass at 1 in the morning on a Tuesday. Why is 12-year-old
of
Johnny
Parents accountability. I believe we talked
on the
about that.
We
subway
talked
at
about
1 in the
this
morning?
last week. He's a
Anyway.
12-year-old boy. How are the parents not,
So he-
found?
Maybe
Yeah.
they're working the third shift. They have to. I don't know. But
So he climbs onto the roof of the moving train and then he fell off.
Yeah.
Well, no kidding. Okay, officials say he suffered a serious but non-life-threatening head injury. Transit police are investigating the incident and warn that subway surfing can be deadly. And
Right.
kids have died in New York City from doing this.
so now he's got a brain injury, traumatic brain injury that we are all going to have to pay for because
Well, it doesn't say
I'm
traumatic.
Sure
It doesn't say how severe it is, but
guaranteed stupidity.
yeah.
Stupidity.
So I don't know if he was put up to it by
I'm
friends
gonna
or
just assume the
Come on,
tickety-top
it's a
land.
TikTok.
Yeah,
The whole thing is social media is
Well, it
such a
doesn't-
cesspool.
yeah.
but
It
you
is.
can't film it unless you're up there with him or you're
Oh, there's-
standing at
well,
the
you
next
go- you go
station.
Standing at the next
Cameras.
station, you want to. Yeah, that's the way they do it.
There are so many stupid challenges out there that we would shake our head at.
Oh, I'm
you
sure.
know.
I'm sure. Well, that's the latest one, and he's in the hospital.
Wow.
All right, time for a break in the Coffee and program. More coming up, but right now it's time for the weather forecast, which is being brought to you by the YMCA.
Sunny skies today with a high of 84 degrees and a calm wind. Tonight, mostly clear skies, overnight low of 63. Thursday's weather, there's a possibility of a shower or thunderstorm in the afternoon, only 20%. Mostly sunny skies all day with a high of 83 and calm wind. Friday, sunny skies at a high of 83. Saturday, sunshine and 81. Sunday, mostly sunny and 82. Monday, partly sunny skies, a 50-50 chance of a shower or thunderstorm, high of 80 degrees Monday. And Tuesday, sunshine and 82.
Outside the Navigant Credit Union broadcast studio at the corner of Park Ave and Kennedy Street, nice sunny skies with 72 degrees. At the YMCA, your goals, your crew, your place. Make this year your strongest yet at the Y. Join today at ymca.org/near-me.
Krakow Deli Bakery Smokehouse offers authentic homemade Polish food to make your next meal special. Try our many varieties of hot and fresh pierogies with onions and what they call dirty sour cream. Or pick up gołąbki, kielbasa, babkas, or some fresh rye bread. We also offer a large selection of specialty and imported foods. Open Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays, 9 in the morning till 6 p.m., Wednesdays, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., Saturdays from 8 to 5 p.m. It's Krakow Deli Bakery Smokehouse. Follow us on Facebook and learn about our weekly specials. Located at 855 Social Street, Woonsocket, Krakow Deli Bakery Smokehouse has all the authentic Polish foods you love.
When people start considering whether cremation is right for them or a loved one, they have many questions. How does it work? How much does it cost? What happens to the ashes? And how do we choose an urn or memorial that feels right? Annette at the Beriducci Funeral Home and Cremation Care Center can answer these questions as well as many others. Pricing is all-inclusive at the Beriducci Funeral Home and Cremation Care Center. There are no hidden or extra charges. To start the pre-planning process, visit providencecremation.com. Beriducci Funeral Home and Cremation Care Center, 185 Spring Street, Woonsocket.
ON Radio.
It is Coffee Ann here on ONAM and FM. Thanks for joining us. Joe Callahan here with Melissa Smith and Tim Draper. Tim, time for first message from Navigant Credit Union.
All right, let's get to the basics, folks. A lot of you who are familiar with our online banking product know how versatile and helpful that product actually is for you to know exactly where your financial position is at all times. And the other cool part about that is you can actually go out and have all of your other relationships with credit cards and other banks and other lenders and your investment advisors. You can bring all that information into your online banking at Navigant Credit Union. You just have to set it up. It does take a few minutes to do that, but once you set it up, you really can have a complete picture of how your finances are. So no matter where you have your money, you could actually plug it into the Navigant Credit Union mobile app and be able to just see it at any time you want. I have an investment account. I can just go and pop in there and see how that's doing. It's really kind of amazing. But some of the basic things you can do with the account for those who are not going to, go out and plug in all your other accounts. You can view your account history. You can see checks, whether they've cleared or not. You can see the signatures in the back. You can really get a good feel for what's happening. You can transfer balances between accounts. You can set up balance alerts, like, hey, all of a sudden I'm under $100 in an account and I want to know that, so I can put money in. You can set that alert.
I didn't know you could set alerts.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. You can
Pretty
pay other
handy.
people, so I could pay you, Melissa, very much like a Venmo. We have a P2P, we call it.
But only to people in Navigant? I'm totally busting up your message.
No.
And
Yeah, outside.
No, you can send outside,
Yep.
yeah.
didn't know that either.
Pretty
You can
cool.
reorder checks through the website, through the online banking. You can view pending transactions, and you can share access with your family if you want to. So there's lots of things you can do with online banking. It's really a basic tool, but it's fundamental, and it really gives you a chance to do all your banking and see all your accounts and stuff without actually having to go into the bank.
Right.
So it's our answer to 24-hour banking, essentially, is what it is. When our team isn't there to answer immediate questions, there's a way for you to see the details. So navigantcu.org is where you can see all that information. And if you don't have your accounts linked to an online banking account, go in to see one of our pros over in Park Square and have them set you up.
All right there, Tim. Thank you very much. All right. Note called in, 766-1240. Let's keep it on sports and let's keep it on scandal. All right. WNBA.
Yeah.
Coaches and players are acting like a bunch of teenagers, and they are. Get a grasp, get real, or go out of business. And have you seen the latest ridiculousness? Two men have decided to enter the WNBA draft because they say they're transgender or they identify as women, and now the WNBA's got to get together to decide what's a woman. I am not making this up.
This is unbelievable. This is where we are as a society. Oh, my God. That we have to...
Melissa's just staring at me like you have got to be kidding. Like,
That's
No,
not the
this
story
is-
I wanted you.
That's a sorry, that's a real thing.
It is.
It's
It's a real thing.
it's
It
a-
is.
As a woman. Oh, do you not want to go down this road? I'm curious, as a woman, how you feel about that.
About men
About
going.
two transgender men
Men.
who say, you know what, I want to play in the NBA. I mean the WNBA.
NBA.
So I'm not good enough to play in the NBA.
NBA.
Right.
So I'm going to play in the WNBA. She's thinking, I love it. This is
Oh yeah, that's the silence.
I guess I believe it or not, like this flipping the other way when we were talking about baseball earlier, like that floated through my brain. Like, how stupid of me. I forgot girls have played
Yeah.
in that league, but you would never see it happening the other way around.
Right.
Right. Because you were
Yes.
talking about how competitive softball is. Like,
Right.
you haven't had that.
right.
So,
Would Caitlin Clark last a minute in the NBA?
No,
Or what's her name? The other one.
no. She.
They're not.
'cause
First of all, they're not tall
Beckers?
enough.
Because that's right. She's what, 5'11", if she's that tall.
but a female
Going up against
mechanics,
this-
ball handling, and the fact
No,
that they
she's
can.
too short.
Okay, I'd like
But
to
anyway,
see it.
anyway.
It would be interesting because
I'd
I
like
think
to
that
see it.
I think what would
There's
happen.
been some
though-
short
but here's what
guards
would
out there,
happen.
Joe.
So the guys would be just as physical
Yeah. She'd
with
get
the
knocked
females
around
as they are with the males,
Well-
and then they would be blamed. They would be
for being too rough.
absolutely vilified as awful human beings beating up girls. That's what would
Well,
happen.
let's be very honest. The NBA is
Yeah.
soft in general compared to
Right.
college hoops.
Then
So if
even
you want to use college hoops, then I'm
It's
okay
even
with it.
college, even college.
In
even
NBA,
college.
yes, I
Because they're
feel
very
like
physical-
Caitlin
it's a
Clark can
physical
hang
game. Yeah, so
with
the-
the NBA crew,
Right.
but if you put her into a men's college level
Right.
basketball game, yeah, no, I don't think
So do I think that females coming into the men's league is different than men going into the females league? I do.
Well, back to the original question. What
Sure.
about the two transgender men applying to be in the WNBA draft? What does the WNBA do?
I am not okay with it.
Okay.
But I don't want to elaborate
that.
beyond
Don't
that.
elaborate. That's
love
no,
that.
no,
Not
that's
okay with
fine.
that.
Took a
You're
stand.
not okay with it.
She
okay.
put a stake in the ground. Good for her.
No.
Well,
go play with the guys.
When you start entertaining the gray area,
Yeah.
I think that's where we're losing people right now. Is there's too much of that gray area, and I am all for equal rights and the whole shebang.
Yeah.
I just think that gray area is going to cause more drama, hoopla, hatred in this world, like all the things.
It
And I
drives-
just
it
think
drives the
just
wedge.
keep
Yep.
just keep it black and white, honestly,
right.
because I just
It's not a bad thing.
wanted to show Tim the picture of the helmet with the snake.
Oh,
Sorry, it came up.
so,
That's not the best picture I saw, but you can see him in
but
there.
you can see there are pictures
Oh my God.
online
He's under
of
the-
of the Arkansas
Oh, that is
high school
not
student.
good. And it's in their car.
I wonder where did he keep the helmet where the snake could get into the helmet
I have
in
to
the
tell
first
you,
place?
helmets are normally in
ground.
high school level just thrown into those big like laundry bin type things.
But
on
your
Masters,
your
so-
helmet is your helmet though. You don't share helmets,
No,
right?
But I'm sure your number's on the back of it.
well,
so you're just
that's right.
grabbing
You
it
grab
out.
yours. So it got into the school,
Yeah.
and then into the laundry
Yeah.
bin, and then into the helmet.
But I got to tell you, we
Wow.
have a little lake house in Barberville, and canoe tipped over up on stilts or whatever. There's still you tip that over to bring it out into the water. You still find snakes like tucked up in.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They
Okay.
can get. They can get
All
anywhere.
right.
Snakes.
That's
Why did it
why
have to be
I'm
snakes?
never one of the people to get the canoe out and put it in the water. Someone's got to de-spider it and check for snakes before I climb in.
Oh, show a little backbone, will you?
You know what? I'm kind of on Melissa's.
I'm
All right.
normally
I'm on
not
Melissa's
one
side
to
in
say
this one.
I'm too much of a girl, but in that area,
No, that's
not
also
okay.
from Raiders of the Lost
Spider.
Ark.
Right, snakes.
In
I
the
hate
in the
snakes.
airplane.
Yeah.
There's a snake back here. I'll show a little backbone.
If you haven't seen, by the way, there is a documentary out right now. My husband made me watch it last week with Harrison Ford, and I think it was based on Indiana Jones. But
Okay.
the last one that came out, I forgot what the last one was called, like The Last Ark. I don't
Yeah.
know, whatever. It was the most entertaining.
Yeah?
I think it was a 2-hour documentary. If you are a fan of Indiana Jones and
yeah.
that whole
Yeah.
era,
Yep.
watching how he got casted and the.
Oh, yeah.
I won't spoil anything,
All
but
right.
he
Okay.
is very engaging.
I love
Yes, he
Harrison
is.
Ford.
He
yes,
is.
he is. All right, back here in Rhode Island, this is good news. Brown University Health is getting a $500,000 grant to support a renovation project at Miriam Hospital. Thank goodness.
Yeah.
I know because they're just getting overrun.
Right. Our foundation
with
supported
people.
it. They have,
Did they?
it's a $130 million emergency room
Yeah.
rebuild.
The James M. Cox Foundation grant will go toward a $125 million project to replace a 100-year-old building
Yeah.
with new patient care facility. A spokesperson for the hospital said with over 73,000 emergency department visits annually, 73,000.
Yeah.
Well, when Memorial Hospital
Closed,
closed,
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Demand for services has exceeded capacity of the current building. So
I told you, Mike.
this is great.
I've been
that
there
this
with
is
my
coming.
mother. We sat in the hallway in a chair for 4 hours before she
Yeah.
got into a room, and that was just with a curtain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
100%.
And then you got to wait another 4 hours for your
And the
physician.
discussion surrounding, and this has been going on for several years, but Fatima, open, close,
Right.
Oh,
close,
yeah,
filing
yeah.
bankruptcy. If that were to close, it is
Oh,
going to put
chaos.
even additional strain on, especially Miriam.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Up in Massachusetts, Governor Maura Healey, there's a new law that protects librarians and teachers. Governor Maura Healey signed. It's called the Freedom to Read Act. And under the law, a book cannot be banned or removed from libraries, no matter what the subject matter is, and or schools until a public notice has been posted. Okay, we're thinking of removing Tom Sawyer, let's
Yep.
say, because it's got that bad word in it.
Yeah, right.
It's got the N word in it. Anyway, until a public notice has been posted and a review hearing held. It also protects school staff and librarians from professional, civil, or criminal penalties. Well, I like that. For their choices of library materials. And I will always remember being in middle school, the library, they got in magazines. You know, Time Magazine, Newsweek
yeah.
came.
Yep. Yeah.
National
National
Geographic.
Geographic.
That's where you're
no,
going with this.
no, I'm not going with that. But they also got in Sports Illustrated.
Oh.
And every winter,
The
when the
swimsuit.
swimsuit issue came, the librarian, I can't remember her name.
I want to say Mrs. Ellison.
Oh, that sounds about right. But anyway, this is at North
You
Cumberland
just
Middle
pulled
School.
that out of the archives of
But
your
remember
brain.
had for
she
breakfast.
grabbed it and hid it
Yeah. Oh.
behind the, and she would only give it out, not to the boys. If a girl came and asked to look at it because she wanted to see an article or whatever was in it, she would give it to one of the girls. Talk about sexist back in then, but that's just the
Well,
way
you
it was
could be
done.
sexist.
And even the guys, of course, we wanted to look through it, but we would
yeah,
use
for the articles.
for the articles, of course. And anyway, we would, but some would say, "But my dad subscribes to it at home. I can
Yeah,
look at
let's
it
go
at
look at it.
home."
Right.
And they say, "Well, go then look at it at home." So the trick was try to find your best friend that was a girl to go
Get it.
ask for it and then give it to you, which worked it worked out well all 3 years.
I think what I like about what at least in this story that you just talked
Yeah.
about gives a pathway for people to talk about a particular book that they don't want in a library
right.
for whatever
Yeah.
reason. So a book can be removed. It
It
just
can be.
has to go through. It's not
A process.
one person's
Making a decision.
I don't like that.
I don't
I'm
like
taking
it.
it off. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't
Or
like
one
the
group.
I don't like the Wizard of
It has
Oz
to- right,
because
there's
there's a whole group of people that don't like the Harry Potter books,
Right.
Because it's
Wizards
wizards and
and-
witches,
right.
and that's bad, and that's the devil, and say, well, if they think that way, well, I'm going to pull all these books.
Yeah.
Well, that's just your opinion,
Right, that's your opinion.
Kind of thing.
But
so
it opens up a conversation amongst stakeholders to decide whether it is in the best interest of the
So
community.
Yeah.
can we just talk about, you just said stakeholders, and I just feel like this goes back to our conversation a little bit about sports even. There's still a responsibility of parents. Like, I don't think the library should be dictating what books are allowed for kids today to read. Like, you even mentioned Tom Sawyer.
okay.
People pulling books of historic nature out of libraries frustrates me because I feel like that's showing growth. That's showing
Right.
give me history, give me how much we've evolved and changed. Leave those books there,
Right.
so that you can have a dialogue about
Right.
why that book maybe now isn't a great read, and
So-
because
and to put the book that counterbalances that one right next to it.
exactly
And let people make that
but
decision.
to remove books like a Harry Potter choice, let's say. Like, leave that up to the parents to decide. Like, there's been books issued to my kids in high school to read for their, AP whatever class and lit or whatever. Those are college level books that you're asking my 15-year-old
Yeah.
to read,
Right.
and I'm cringing because I read it and I'm like, and I know what's inside of it, and I'm not going to stop, but I'm going to guide the conversation. I'm going
Right.
to talk about what you might be reading, but there's a parental control element. I don't think the library should be deciding.
But
what
isn't
books
it up
should
to
be.
the librarian to order the books?
Yeah. Yep.
How do the
How do
books
you
get
choose?
to,
Right.
and how do you choose?
That's true.
And
So maybe
I'm sure there's a budget.
There's
It's
got to
like-
be there should probably be. Well, that's interesting. If one person gets to decide what books go into the library, see, I don't
right.
think that's right either. I think if there's a series of books that are going to be put in the library, the librarian should put the books together in a
Right.
list of books that she wants to bring
And why do I-
hand
yeah.
it to a committee and say, "Hey, guy,
But we
the
have-
school department, even the
yeah.
school committee, or whomever, the town, here's the new books that we're
That
thinking
we
about
wanna
bringing
get.
in, and here's what they're
Is
about."
everybody okay with
Everybody
it?
okay with these? And if they say
Yeah,
no,
but now-
then you bring it to the next level and say,
Yeah.
"Well, I'm going to bring it to the community and say this book I would like to bring into the library." And
School
then let
library,
the
what do
community
you-
talk.
But now
what do
you're
y'all
talking
think?
about like
Okay.
state to state. different choices are being made, right?
Right.
Like
Yeah.
the books
And
in a
somehow
Boston
it'll come back to
library or
freedom
a
of speech.
Providence library are going
Right.
to be maybe different than the books available in a Maine library or go further south, like down to Alabama,
Yep.
or and so I don't know. Let's get a librarian in here.
Oh, I know. Oh, you know what?
we
Monday,
do.
you
know
have
her.
to Monday. You should. You should.
But
ask
that's
her.
the town. That's the city's public library. It's not a school.
But
But
it's the
how
same
does
thing.
she pick? How do they get
how
the
do they
books?
put the?
Yeah.
Well, okay. Well, I'll
I'd
try
be
to
curious.
Put it on the whiteboard,
I'll
Joe.
try to remember
Put it
to
on the
ask,
whiteboard.
to ask her on Monday.
This is the questions for
Someday
other
that
panels.
whiteboard
That's
is
what we
gonna
need to
be up
find
there.
out. I'm bringing one.
Yeah.
You've said that
I
every
know.
week.
I do say it every week.
Every week.
I will make a note.
he's got his notes going.
Save.
Save
Yes.
So Tim, it's now it's time for a second message, Tim, from Navigant Credit Union.
Okay. Hey guys, my golf tournament is a month away. I still get a little bit of time for you all if you're interested in promoting your business. You can go to our website, navigantcu.org. Right at the top, there's a link you can click on and purchase a T-sign if you so choose. That's actually going pretty well. So if anybody would like to do that, I would certainly appreciate that, as would all the organizations that the foundation does support. And we're excited. We've selected our organization for Season of Giving this upcoming year. Last year we did Feed Our Eye and raised a whole bunch of money for them. This year I'm not going to spill the beans yet, but we'll talk about it as we get closer. This organization is also a statewide organization, and I think it's doing some really great things out there for some people who really need a little bit of a help, and so we're excited about that. And we'll talk more to come. But our golf tournament's is supporting those types of efforts. And so I tell everybody who says, why would I give you money? I just give it to the organization. It's fine. If you have an organization you want to support, you should 100% support them. But if you just want to be philanthropic and you don't know necessarily which organizations you'd like to support, our pillars are social services, public health, safety, and welfare, and financial education and literacy. So if you have a passion for any of those pillars and you want to support our foundation, that's where the money goes from the foundation, and we put 100% of our proceeds into those donations every year.
All right, Tim, thanks. All right, time for another break here on the Coffee and Program. More coming up, so stay tuned.
OM 1240.
Now at Lowe's, faster quotes start at the Lowe's Pro Desk. Got a material list handwritten on a sticky note or saved as a photo? Perfect. Bring it to us and get a quote in minutes. And if you don't see what you need on the shelf, we'll help you get it. You can access thousands of products beyond what's available in store or on Lowe's.com, right from the Lowe's Pro Desk. Build quotes faster and source the materials you need to keep your jobs moving. Just like that, at Lowe's.
The burrito is fire.
Hi, this is Maya.
And I'm Antonio. And the little thing we love about the Chick-fil-A hash brown scrambled burrito
Is that it fuels our morning.
it's the full package.
You have the chicken, you have the eggs, and then you add these hash browns for a nice little crunch.
The chicken's always nice. It's crispy, it's juicy. And the cheeses, they melt together in a beautiful way.
And it gives me energy. It's perfect.
Order the Chick-fil-A Hash Brown Scramble Burrito and Simply Orange Juice on the Chick-fil-A app today. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
You can depend on us for public service. ON Radio. ON.
Thanks for joining us on the Coffee and Program. Joe Callahan here, along with Melissa Smith and Tim Draper. Well, a little fun up at Logan Airport on Monday night, emergency landing. And the reason this time, the aircraft had a windshield problem.
Ooh.
What could that possibly be? Did it break? Is there a crack? Is it
Could
rattling?
Could be correct.
Okay. Fox 25
Bird hits it or something.
reported United Airlines Flight 108 that was going from Dulles International Airport to Munich, Germany, had to be a quick left.
Yeah. Well,
and come back to Boston.
It's entirely possible that there's a seal issue with a number of things that could happen with,
Yeah.
with a windshield. Good thing it didn't pop
I hope it
out.
didn't
That would
break.
stink.
That's what I was worried about.
Yeah, if it popped out, that'd be rapid decompression of the whole plane. They would have
Yeah.
had to put masks on and done all that stuff. So it didn't sound like that was a problem.
So the airline provided 175 passengers with meal and hotel vouchers while it worked to get them all booked on other flights, because I guess it's going to take a while to fix the windshield problem.
Well, just there's not that many flights out of Boston to Munich, Germany. They're like one a night.
we have to get one in here, so all right.
That stinks. When you plan a
Oh.
vacation like that and
Oh,
then
yeah.
you're losing an entire day
Right.
of whatever you have planned on the flip side, that's
Yep.
So
That's tough.
we always say, you can make a bet on just about anything, but usually I'm thinking sports-wise, like, is there going to be a snake in this guy's helmet? There's probably a good bet there won't be.
Million to one odds.
No.
Yeah, no.
But you're saying there's a chance.
Out in California Senators Adam Schiff and Alex Padilla are calling on online trading platforms. What's the name of that? What's the one you can bet on?
DraftKings. Oh no,
No, that's the
it's,
sports one. Is it Cash Kick? Is that it? Or
No,
something like that?
just your horse rode on the wind.
I don't know.
I don't see. But anyway, stop the platforms to stop offering betting markets connected with wildfires. I'm going to say
Really?
I'm going to say 600,000 acres are going to burn. Yeah,
Honestly,
you're
I gotta
betting
tell
on
you,
it. They are among
think-
9 senators doing so, claiming it profits off of disaster and could create harmful incentives, like running out and starting a little more of the fire,
Yeah.
like motivating people to start fires. Okay,
Right.
there we go. It
Players to throw games.
Yeah. It follows a report saying more than $1.2 million in bets were placed during the 2025 Palisades and Eaton fires out in California. That was nearly 10 times more than what was bet on a recent San Francisco Giants game. Wow. Wagers on wildfires have included how large they will grow and how quickly they will spread. There's a new website called Wildfire, using Y's instead of the I's, launched this year, offers what it describes as the first real-time prediction market for California wildfires. Padilla and Schiff have sent a letter to the Commodity Futures Trading Commission warning the practice needs to stop. Boy, people
Yeah.
see a buck in anything.
It's, well, I mean,
Let's-
what are we coming to? What are we coming to? This is
Any
ridiculous.
way to make a buck. Let's
And
bet
it's,
on the
you know
wildfires.
what the problem is everybody's going to, it's addictive. So everybody's going to start to do it. The next thing you know, you're not going to have any money. All the money's going to be tied up in gambling.
Yeah.
Gambling and drugs, because the only way to get money for gambling is to sell drugs.
Mm-hmm.
Not necessarily true. It was a very rash generalization, wasn't it?
Well, we were talking about TikTok challenges earlier,
Right.
and I think there's a lot of money in that.
Right.
Let's be very honest.
Yeah, they are.
Just influencers. That's how
have to be-
people
yeah.
are making money.
It's insane.
Do you say, okay, so it's on that subject. The new Progressive commercial with Dr. Rick, you know the Dr. Rick commercials, those
Yeah.
your parents turning
Yes.
you can turn in your parents. Well, one of
Which
them is
one?
is these people sitting around listening to this influencer who goes,
Oh, yeah.
okay, so I'm watching a video. They're like, oh, so you're making videos? You go,
No.
no, I'm just watching the videos. Wait a minute. So people are watching you watch videos? Yes. And it's the parents trying
I
to
have not
understand
seen
the
that
whole
one.
Oh, it's
concept of an
pretty funny.
influencer. It's
That-
actually fantastic.
Anyway, here I am going into the shop trying on hats.
Right. Oh, so you make hats?
Do you make hats? No.
Do you sell hats?
No.
No, I'm just trying them on.
I'm just trying them on.
And you take pictures of that?
And people watch
Watch
this?
this?
Yeah, yes, they do. It's
Great.
like, it is really funny.
Oh my god! I have to tell you, there's a mom in town. Pull it a little closer. I stretched out for a second. Who, she's an avid reader. She actually wrote a couple of books herself. She was under a what they call that,
Independent publishing?
like a writer's name. No, like a
pen name.
ghostwriter?
pen name.
A pen
Thank
name,
you.
okay.
Because she doesn't want people to
Her know her real name,
Right.
okay.
And so it's grown, and I've seen it grown since she released her first book and then her second book. And it would be like, 150, 200 people liking her post, talking about different books. Then it turned into like a reading thing on Instagram, where she was doing kind of like reviews of different books. In the last year, she has now grown to like 10,000 people liking her posts. She's turned into this whole like quirky character who's like in her garden squatting down to, and she's an influencer. She is making insane. This is a teacher
Yeah.
in Lincoln,
Yeah.
who's under a pen name,
Making
for
a
the
ton
thi-
of money.
making probably more than her
Because
salary.
companies like us
teaching.
need influencers to help sell their
I
products.
can't.
so
No, if
they're-
you knew this mom, she's quiet.
Yeah.
Like she is a quiet little mom. But when you see her in her little videos, you're like, this is hysterical. She's funny.
Can you send me that link?
I will.
All right, because I'm going to have to show it to my wife. Go, you know her?
Do you know her? Is she in Lincoln?
Yeah, my wife's in Lincoln.
She is?
She's OT in Lincoln.
Oh,
yeah.
now I feel bad. I shouldn't have brought it up.
No,
But
you should have.
I should-
Oh, you
okay.
should have.
All right. We'll talk. Yeah.
All right. Things you shouldn't do.
She'll
She's
get
only got
me
a
in
year
trouble
left. She's
all the
only got a
time.
year left. That's all.
Police in Phoenix, Arizona says a Shake Shack, which is a fast food place
Yeah.
out there, called out sick and then came back later on and tried to rob the place. Kendra Simmons called out sick at midnight. They must be open 24 hours. On August 3rd, then allegedly showed up the next morning wearing a mask, pointing a gun at his fellow employees. Police say Simmons forced his fellow employees inside walk-in coolers, locking it using a latch that only employees would know how to operate. The employees were able to eventually escape. He was later identified by the employees based on his build, hairline, voice, and mannerisms. He's being held on a $100,000 bond. Tim, you and I both work fast food. You at McDonald's, me at Burger King.
Yeah.
Never had this situation with any
No,
employee.
I was in the cooler a lot, but never had that situation.
No.
2 in the morning in the cooler, unloading the truck.
Yeah. We need more burgers. Yeah. Okay. All right. And a woman in St. Louis accused of triggering a fake Amber Alert has apparently been kicked out of the car she reported stolen. Nice try. Police say Brianna Mathis claimed that her Dodge Charger had been taken from a gas station with her 1-year-old child inside. There's the Amber Alert. Late Sunday night, prompting the Amber Alert. Authorities were later contacted by the car's owner, who was taken in for questioning. However, there was no child in the vehicle, and the driver said there never was. He went on to tell the cops that he kicked Mathis out of his Charger before leaving the scene and was later released. Mathis faces charges, including knowingly making a false report that triggered an Amber Alert.
What possesses you to even? Oh
This
my
is
God.
we need to, this is like the Darwin Award part of our
Take
show.
the spotlight off me and put it on somebody else. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. What
really need a
possesses
little
some
pad
people.
on that door. That door scares me every time.
You know, for all of us video game players, you know, hindsight's always 20/20, Tim.
Yep.
And you know, I threw out my original Nintendo, and now one just sold for like a gazillion dollars.
Used though, or new?
Well, no, this is used. A collection of ultra rare Nintendo game cartridges could fetch millions when they hit the auction block.
Yeah.
The nearly 100 Super Mario Brothers and Duck Hunt Nintendo Entertainment System game, which I had.
Yeah.
Cartridges that were made in 1993, 2 years after the last known printing of these games. They're unknown versions of the games and look brand new, with some getting the highest grade from the Professional Sports Authenticator. It's believed they were intended to be melted down by Nintendo, but somehow were tucked away in a box somewhere in Wisconsin for decades. The games will be auctioned off on Tuesday for millions of dollars.
That's awesome. Good for somebody.
Yeah.
That's crazy, though, when you think about it. Pong. That was the very first video game
Pong,
I ever played.
yeah, Pong,
was so
yeah.
great. Literally two dials. Ding,
Yeah,
ding, ding, ding.
But the thing kept getting faster and faster.
Oh, and you get then that football game, the handheld football game with just a little line.
Did
Did you
I
guys
love
have
that.
Atari?
It did.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the little joystick on that.
That was the first.
Speaking
joystick
of middle school, the teachers had to take those football games away.
Right, they did, because we were all playing them.
Because that's all you heard.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you saw this billboard in Times Square.
There's a million billboards.
I
in
know,
Times
but
Square.
this one
Which
specifically, the Florida Chamber of Commerce put a billboard in Times Square saying, "Thank you, Mayor Mondami,
yeah,
because all the businesses are leaving New York and
yeah.
going to Florida."
Right.
I'm like, oh, this is brilliant.
Yeah, it is brilliant.
This is brilliant. Mayor Zohan Mondami is getting a new title from the Florida Chamber of Commerce. The group launched a new ad campaign in the middle of Times Square with a billboard calling Mondami the Economic Developer of the Year for the state of Florida.
Good marketing.
That's brilliant.
Oh my gosh, that's
brilliant.
Great. The stunt claims that progressive and democratic socialist policies in New York are driving wealth, jobs, and residents south to the Sunshine State.
I think they are.
I always heard Texas said, "Hey, Wall Street, come
Well,
to
they're getting
Dallas."
California. California's going to Texas.
Okay.
And New York's going to Florida.
Okay. Their website also compares Florida to New York by looking at numbers including median home price, population growth, and the two state budgets.
I mean, at some point, the price of housing in Florida is going to be untouchable.
100%.
So
But
even
they keep-
businesses,
but they keep building.
But you know what? They keep building
like
and I think
crazy
what they'll
down
do is
there.
they'll just find other states more north than that. They'll end up in South Carolina, which is also a big state for people to go to from the north. There was a time that Phoenix,
Developing
Arizona
in
was good,
North
but it's
Carolina is
so
crazy.
it's almost you almost go from. You know, we all complain about the cold up here, and then you go to Florida. But in the summertime in Florida, it's awful.
Oh, it's
you don't
brutal.
want to be there.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
brutal. But it's bad here, I guess, sometimes in the summer too. It's just not.
It's not
to that
steady.
extent,
It's like,
right.
for a week at a time.
Right.
Where we have a real.
All right.
Just crazy.
So
Oh, boy.
I think this is just funny. It's something. Ohio City Council says we had the beaver first. This is what they're arguing about in Beaver Creek, Ohio. Very important. It's something.
I saw this.
Beaver Creek City Council members in Ohio say this should have been done long ago, adopting the beaver as the city's official mascot. Vice Mayor Zach Upton says he loves how the town came together after the national convenience store chain, and we don't have any up here, but Buc-ee's.
Yeah.
Have you heard of Buc-ee's? They sued a local shop in Beaver Creek, Ohio, called Beaver's Mini Mart over the use of a beaver in its logo. Buc-ee's uses a beaver in its logo as well. A GoFundMe page set up to help the business with its legal fight against Buc-ee's has raised over $60,000. However, officials say the mascot resolution is not associated with the federal trademark lawsuit between Buc-ee's and Beaver's Mini Mart.
Did you ever hear the story? This is a case study in
too
marketing.
funny.
I'll try to be quick. How fast? Much time we got?
Okay, 30 seconds. Go.
So Gary Kelly from Southwest Airlines, when he first started, was getting sued by a small mechanic shop in the Southwest who was called Southwest, whatever. So the guy said, you can't use that name for your airline because it's mine and I own it and I've had it for years and blah, blah, blah. Well, Gary Kelly said, well, I'll tell you what, I will arm wrestle you for it or something like that.
All right.
So the guy says, okay.
Done.
So they have this huge event. Gary Kelly sets this huge event in one of the convention centers in Texas. They have thousands and thousands and thousands of people. They set up. They're in the ring in the middle of the stage, and Gary Kelly comes. The guy comes out, and he's just a regular guy. Gary Kelly comes out. He's got the robe on, the boxer's robe, and it's a
little Rocky thing going.
And it's just wild, right? He gets on stage. He gets beaten like 3 seconds. Yeah. Right. The guy goes, you can have the name. Gary Kelly writes him a check for like $1 million or something like that. It's a crazy story.
My God.
I'm not sure those are the exact numbers, but that was.
I wonder if that was all planned ahead of time.
Yeah, I'm sure it was. I'm sure it was. How great is that? That's a great way to do it.
That's a great stunt, though. Yeah. I love that. All right, that'll wrap it up for the show for today. We thank you very much for listening, as always. So, Tim Draper, thanks for coming on in today.
Thanks, everybody, for having me, and enjoy the God-given day. And today is a God-given day.
All right, and Melissa Smith, thanks for coming on in.
Thank you for having me. I will see you next week.
Very good. This is Joe Callahan. Have a great day, everyone, and stay tuned for Gary Smith and the crew. Do you remember us coming up after the 9 o'clock news?
Broadcasting live and local daily from the Navigant Credit Union broadcast studio at the corner of Park Avenue and Kennedy Street. This is WOON Woonsocket Radio. And now, the news.
NBC News Radio, I'm Michael Kastner. The favorite to win Wisconsin's Democratic primary for state governor is lost in an upset. Democratic Socialist Francesca Hong was favored to win Tuesday's race, but was narrowly defeated by moderate